You know what I miss most? Someone remembering how I take my coffee. That's what the old dude said, real soft. Like he was scared of the words themselves, as he slid into his usual corner booth at Rosie's diner. His hands shook while he opened his paper. Didn't even read it anymore, just went through the motions. Riley Brooks was mid-step with the coffee pot when he said it, and damn, something in his voice cracked straight through her fake smile. She'd been working that diner 6 years, ever since her mom's hospital bills ate her college money, and by now, she could hear all the things people didn't say. 2 sugars, no cream, she said, pouring his cup. And you always fold the sports section first, even though you read the obits. The man, Walter Finch, looked up, eyes glassy but brighter than before. You notice, he whispered, everyone deserves to be noticed, Mr. Finch. That was 4 months back. Since then, Walter became part of Riley's rhythm. Every morning, 7:15 sharp, same cardigan, same shiny shoes, same quiet smile. He didn't order much, just toast, eggs, and coffee, but always dropped a $5 tip on an $8 tab. Old school gentleman type. She learned his story bit by bit, like you learn the weather. His wife passed 3 years ago. His son moved out to Seattle, too busy for calls. Grandson swung by once or twice a year, face buried in his phone. I don't blame him, Walter said one morning, voice flat but calm. People got lives. I'm just stuck between chapters now, waiting for the epilogue. Riley reached across, squeezed his hand. Maybe you're not in the epilogue, Mr. Finch. Maybe you're just starting the next chapter. After that, she started saving him the paper before anyone else messed it up. Kept his booth open even when the place was slammed. On his birthday, which he only mentioned once, she surprised him with a slice of apple pie and one tiny candle. He cried right there at the table. You're the only one who remembered, he said, but Riley noticed other things, too. The shakes getting worse. The stories repeating. The clothes hanging loose. Then one Tuesday, no Walter, she felt it instantly, like a missing heartbeat. Looked him up in the old phone book, yeah, she's old school like that, and drove over after work. He opened the door in pajamas, embarrassed. I fell, he said. Nothing broken, just tired. So tired, Riley. After that, she started stopping by. Groceries, meds, reading the news to him when his eyes couldn't. Her boss complained about her hours, but Riley didn't care. The man had nobody, and she knew that kind of loneliness too damn well. Why you doin' all this? He asked one night. You don't owe me nothin'. Riley tucked the blanket around him and said, voice shaking, because somebody should. Because you matter. 'Cause kindness isn't just when it's convenient, it's when it's needed. 3 weeks later, Walter passed in his sleep. Peaceful, the hospice nurse called Riley. Walter had listed her as his emergency contact. She broke down in the diner kitchen, crying like she'd lost family, because the funeral was small. Just Riley, the nurse, a few neighbors. Then this guy in a suit rushed in, late and breathless, phone still in his hand. I'm Marcus Finch, he said. Walter's grandson. Where is everyone? Riley stared. You're looking at everyone. We're all he had. Marcus went red. I was busy. Work. He died alone, she said quietly. Waiting for someone to remember he existed. He left without another word. She figured that was it. The sad ending to a lonely story, but 2 weeks later, Marcus showed up again, this time with 2 lawyers. Riley's stomach dropped. Great, she thought. Here comes the fight over the will. Miss Brooks, one lawyer said, we need to discuss Mr. Finch's estate. I don't want a thing, she said. I just wanted him to feel seen. Marcus stepped up, and she saw something new in his eyes, guilt. My grandpa left you the house, he said. But that's not the main part. He also left me a letter. Said I should read it with you here. They sat in Walter's old booth. Marcus opened the yellowed envelope, hands trembling. Marcus, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I don't blame you for being busy. But I want you to know about Riley Brooks, a waitress who makes barely enough to scrape by, but still gave me everything that mattered, her time, her attention, her heart. She remembered my coffee. My birthday. She saw me when I was invisible to everyone else, even you. I'm leaving her the house, because she gave me something worth more than money, dignity. Learn from her, Marcus. Success ain't worth much if you forget to love people. Be better. Be like Riley. Marcus broke down, tears everywhere. I was trying so hard to make him proud, he said. And I forgot to just be there. Riley reached over, holding his shaking hand. He knew you loved him, she said. He just needed to feel it. Teach me, Marcus whispered. Teach me how to see people like you did. Months later, Marcus started showing up at the diner, no phone, no rush. He learned the regulars' names, remembered their stories. Cut back on work, started volunteering at the senior center. Walter used to mention. He and Riley grew close, not just romance, but something deeper. Together, they turned Walter's house into a community spot for lonely elders. They called it Walter's Corner. At the grand opening, 1 year later, the place was packed, laughter, chatter, coffee cups clinking. Think he knows? Marcus asked quietly. Riley smiled. Oh, he knows. He always knew one small kindness could change everything. Then an old lady walked up, holding a cup. Sweetheart, how do you take yours? Riley smiled through tears. 2 sugars, no cream. I'll remember that, the woman said, and Riley got it, finally. We're not remembered by fame or fortune. We're remembered by how we make people feel seen. By the small moments that